What's up, guys? Today's it's freaked him out. Today's video is about the 55-gallon Congo tank. Fortunately, it's not a very good video. I have kind of a good and bad side to it, so I'm gonna go with the bad side first. Basically, I started out with 4 Congo or leopard tinopomas. I've kept them before. They're a very hardy fish from what I've experienced and from what I've heard from other people. But the tank itself was set up for them. It was a leopard tinipoma, or it is a leopard tinipoma tank still. But it's got a lot of hides, a lot of crevices, a lot of cracks, and a lot of areas just for fish to hide and try to ambush their prey, which is what they do. They're ambush predators. But unfortunately, this doesn't allow you to notice the fish or see the fish as often. You see them at feeding time. You occasionally see them swimming around or just kind of floating around trying to, hunt stuff. But you just don't see them very often. And so I bought 4 fish over the course of a couple weeks or a couple days or a few days, I can't remember. But added them straight in the tank. They were the only thing in the tank, so I was hoping that if there was any problems, they wouldn't be contaminating anything else, and I would be able to deal with it in that tank where they would be most comfortable. So after about a week, I noticed that there were only 2 fish left. I thought that maybe the fish were just hiding more often, but even at feeding time, didn't see the fish. And I wasn't really alarmed about it until only 1 fish was left. So not really sure what happened. The autosynclus, which is a very sensitive fish, I have 4 of them in there, and they're perfectly fine. I have amino shrimp in there, and they're all fine. They haven't been eaten. The plants are doing fine. The nitrates are low. Everything is healthy, and there's 1 left. So I'm not sure if maybe this all happened over the course of a week or 2. I'm thinking maybe it was parasites from PetSmart that I got them from. Obviously, PetSmart isn't. It's not terrible, but it's not the most high-end fish quality. They tend to neglect sometimes, and some places are better than others. But it's just not a fish store, so they can't just Anyways, I have never had an issue with the fish. I've never had parasites that I know of. I've never really had issues with fish dying. The last time a fish died was when I bought a discus from Petco, and it was like already on its way out, and I tried to save it. Other than that, and like feeding fish to archers and stuff like that, I haven't really lost a lot. But I tore the tank apart trying to find any of the fish. Couldn't find any of them. But yeah, that's where I am now. There's 1 fish left. He's eating. He doesn't look like he's growing very much. I've been feeding him a lot of live foods. He's about 1.5 inches long. They get fed live food every day, blood worms, spirulina, whatever it's called, infused brine shrimp, and a mixture of occasionally, I'm going to start feeding beef heart when they get a little bit bigger and stuff like that. They get fasted for 1 day occasionally, like a Sunday I'll fast them just to keep them somewhat natural. So like I said, there was a good news, I guess, for the tank. Not for the tank. There's the 1 leopard tinipoma that's left. Hasn't really grown much. You can see he's kind of got a little belly from eating earlier today. He's getting smaller, but if you didn't notice, there are a lot of botanicals in the tank. Seed pods, leaves, this big palm frond. But I ordered an Enigma pack from Tannen Aquatics, requested African stuff. I contacted them on Instagram, and they said they're working on an African pack, but they don't have it out yet. But if I buy that and request African stuff, they'll put something together for my Congo tank. And it looks great, honestly. It's a little bit darker. That's kind of what I was going for. Leopard tinopomas, they're ambush predators. They like cover. I wanted it to be kind of dark. I was going to try to use what's called floating plants to achieve the effect, but I decided that the raised light and the just tannins casts a lot of shadows. Looks really good. But yeah, that's the, I guess, good news about the tank. Not about the fish, but about the tank. It looks cool. It looks a lot more natural now. Got a lot of really nice stuff. I got a botanical pack for the Beta Brown Aquascape as well, and that's all kind of coming together. It's still kind of cycling and getting ready, but plants are in, fish is in.
I'm keeping an eye on all the parameters and everything's healthy. But yeah, now on to the options for for the future of this tank.
But yeah, so that poses the question. Is basically I have three choices. I can either A, set up a quarantine tank, buy more leopard tenopomas, treat them for anything they may have, make sure they're all healthy, and possibly grow them out a little bit, and then add them back into the 55. That's the first option. That would keep it a leopard tenopoma tank. I might add some Congo tetras. Aren't necessarily from the same area in the Congo River Basin as leopard tenopomas. Leopard tenopomas are in the slow-moving water with Cynodontis, Bashirs, some of the bigger barbs, some species like that. The elephant nose. They're slow-moving waters, but Congo tetras are endemic to the fast-flowing rivers of the Congo River Basin. So they don't really meet. Occasionally, obviously, you have fast-flowing rivers coming in to slow-moving areas because it's one river, it's one giant thing. So they would kind of occasionally come into contact, possibly, but they just don't live in the same areas. They tend to keep out of that. But other than that, option 2 would be to keep the tank as it is, and maybe keep the leopard tenopoma, maybe try to rehome him, maybe rescape this tank for him when this little guy gets the upgrade that he's going to be getting, and then keep like maybe a school of rummy-nosed tetras and some Bolivian rams or something like that. Go more of a South American route, dwarf cichlids, that kind of stuff. That's option 2. Option 3 would be completely tearing the tank apart and rescaping it, and I'm open to anything. If I do that, I'll probably upgrade to a 75 gallon. I just really don't like the 55 gallon dimensions. It's too narrow. I can create depth in the tank. It's not that hard, but it's just annoying. I like wider tanks. But yeah, so it's either go with leopard tenopomas, try it again with a quarantine, go overboard with precautions, try the same scape with South American stuff, or tear it all down and do something brand new. So I'm curious as to what you guys would think. I'm going to post this up on my Instagram. I'm kind of bummed out about losing the fish, if you can't tell. They're one of my favorite fish, I've always said. They're just really cool. They're really similar. I mean, if you haven't noticed, I keep a lot of similar type fish. Giant mouth, predatory. He's obviously a little bit more active than the leopard tenopomas, but they're very similar in shape and size and all that stuff. But they're just cool fish, you know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that junk. But hopefully I'll see you next time. And thanks for watching.